welcome back to my channel. I'm back. So this is part 2 of my last job update, where I showed you this this attire that I wore for the interview when I was called for my second interview. So let me give you the tea, guys. Yes, let me give you the tea on my interview. So yeah, I don't want to be negative, you know. I don't want to be a negative mood, or you know, I want to be positive. I want to be in a very good upbeat mood, because you know, I have too much negativity going on right now in my life that, you know, I don't need more. So I come on here and I talk to you guys, and this is my space. This is my space where I get to interact with you guys, get to be, you know, the self that I want to be, which is happy, positive, and looking forward to anything happy happening in the future. I don't want to think negative. Don't want to, you know, guys, I've been laid off since November. Come on, guys. Like, we're already in March. My benefits are going to exhaust in the beginning of May. Yes, they're going to exhaust. So we're in March already. All right, and I'm waiting to get called on for, I'm waiting, you know, to see how this interview goes. And so so let me tell you what happened, okay? I got dressed, you know, was in a hurry, you know, I kid you not. I had to leave. I had to run out of here. I had to put some stuff in my purse, you know, because, you know, I was gonna finish up putting on my makeup there at the job site where I was gonna get interviewed for on my second interview. So guys, the interview was rough. I mean, but your girl took it. Your girl, you know, hung in there and took the blows. I mean, I'm telling you, when it was tough, I mean, they were asking me questions that were like very challenging questions about myself, which every employer would do that, you know, will always ask you questions that are very challenging to your persona, to yourself, to who you are, to you know, to see who you are as a person, you know, and what you offer for the company. And so I get there like 10 minutes early, 10 minutes early. I finish, you know, I go in, you know, I barely put on foundation. Like, I don't wear any concealer. I was in a hurry. I didn't bring any concealer with me. I just brought my foundation and my foundation brush. I had it in my purse and I took it with me. And in the car, I just did a fast, you know, like using my fingers type of strokes. And I was like, no, that's not working. So I used my brush real quick. And I was like, okay, take deep breaths, you know, relax, you know. I wasn't nervous. I thought I was going to be nervous. I was so nervous yesterday, you know, whenever I was going to have the interview. I was so nervous, and I was like, you know, I was just having like an empty feeling inside me. Like, I've already gone through so much that I felt like how much more blows can I take, right? How many more blows can I take? And, you know, and this is where a lot of people, you know, always, you know, seek, you know, either they seek other means to kind of like cope with, you know, with these types of situations where you're either rejected or things are not going your way, you know. Like, you know, some people have faith, some people have they believe in the universe, they believe in fate, they believe in destiny, they believe whatever anybody believes in, that's what they go and they meditate, and they meditate on that, and you know, vent, or you know, or even meditate where you're just to yourself, you know, in solitude, and just and just, you know, trying to clear your mind, or not clear your mind, but you're trying just to keep yourself from breaking into like a meltdown or a breaking meltdown. So you guys, so I'm very fortunate that I was one of the ones that actually got laid off and not let go from my previous job, because I actually have some income. I actually have income coming in that's helping me with some of my bills, right? So imagine the other people who don't have that income that's coming in, or who've had income but who have not been able to find a job. Their income, their benefits get exhausted, and what are they left with? They're left with the mortgage that they can't pay. They're left with bills they can't pay. Their bills fall behind, and some people even lose their home. So it's very crucial. It's very crucial out there right now, you know, in the job hunting area, you know, as you know, getting people being laid off. So moving forward with what I'm saying was, when this interview was tough, it was tough. You know, they were asking me questions like, well, you know that this position requires you to do this, and that. I'm not going to go into too many details about the job, you know, and, you know, what we had discussed in the interview, because, you know, that's confidential information. But let me let you know, I'm just going to use, you know, I'm just going to kind of go about it in a way that y'all can kind of understand, but not giving you a lot of information, you know, just for confidentiality. So your girl was, you know, bam, you know, wasn't hesitant, you know, in answering any of the questions, did not stumble, did not, you know, did not buckle. I mean, they even would ask you about what you would do in a situation if this happened. They would tell you, you know, what their job requires you to do. Give us, you know, what your goals are. Like most companies ask you that, you know, what your goals are for the company, and so on and so forth. Just blows questions that are very challenging. But your girl came back, you know, not hesitant, answered every single question, and asked questions if you do not understand exactly what they're saying, because that's why in a previous video that I had mentioned, I said, think before you speak. So because there was going to be a situation where I was going to say something that was going to be a total misunderstanding of what they were explaining to me. So when I looked like I was confused, because I didn't want to say anything, but I was kind of like confused, like trying to understand what I was being told. And then they broke it down with me, and they broke it down as to what they were explaining to me, and that's when I understood what they were saying. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I had a really good impression, you know, about the whole interview. The whole interview, I felt like was a really good impression. I left a really good impression with this interview. So when the interview was over with, they had said, okay, so we will okay, so we have one more person to interview before we make our decision in who we're gonna hire. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I kind of felt like I had competition, and I kind of felt like, you know, how things are going for me, you know, since November, all the way up until now. I had, you know, like I felt like I have some competition, you know. Let me tell you, I mean, whenever you get into that state of mind, when you're just, because I'm never like this. I never get in this state of mind where, you know, you feel like you're not good enough, or you're not good enough to do this job, to perform it, or you feel like, you know, you didn't do too well at the interview. You start to doubt yourself, you know. So whenever they said they had one more person to interview, I was like, competition for me. And I was like, okay, you know, I had mentioned in another video, another job hunting update video, that I had said that the unemployment office was packed. I mean, packed with people. Hands, I can say like handfuls of people at this job fair I went to. You know, they were looking for work, and like I said, this company was at the job fair, and there was just loads of people that were handful of people, more than a handful, like 10. I mean, I'm talking about, like, there were like hundreds of people at this job fair, you know, and they have job fairs at different locations. So imagine if this location had hundreds of people, other locations were probably just as bad. So, and I did go into detail about, I did go about and saying that, hey, don't believe what the media is saying about about if they're saying that the unemployment rate is low. It is not low. So I'm being honest with you. The unemployment rate is high. I mean, when I saw those people, like, this is not low. This is not a low. I don't even know if even the media was saying that there's a low rate of unemployment, because the only reason I got that from was whenever I was filing for my insurance benefits. I heard a recording saying that once you exhaust your benefits, you're not qualified to reapply. You can appeal, but you're not qualified for you know, for you to get benefits, because the benefit right now, the unemployment rate is low right now, so they're not extending any kind of benefits at all. And to me, hearing those words in the recording, I was like, oh no, like, I really need to get out there, get me a job, like what I've been doing, but nobody's calling me. And I'm like, I saw myself in that situation where I was gonna have to ask to get an extension on my unemployment, because I had nobody has called me. So going back, you know, going back, I got in the car, I felt empty. I felt empty inside, because I felt like, okay, I had competition, and yeah, I did feel like, you know, I did leave a good impression. I wasn't nervous. I know I left a good impression. I know that everything they're looking for, I'm capable of. I'm capable of doing everything they ask for. It's just not knowing that if this other candidate has more experience than you do, you know, or has worked in this in the same job environment that you applied for this position to. You know, it's just all these things that go through my head, you know, like, oh, is this other person more qualified because they have more experience, or they've worked, or they've done this before, or they're coming from a different location, they're just moving, and they're, you know, wanting, you know, to seek employment there, you know, and which, you know, that could be some cases, but other cases, as far as my mind was more like, okay, is this other person better than me? I actually was believing that there are other people out there that are better than me. I'm pretty sure there is, you know, I'm pretty sure there are other people that are probably much better than me, but, you know, I know myself. I know my worth. I know I am a darn good employee. Like, I know I am hands down the best good employee that an employer could ever have. So I know my self-worth. But also I have to put into I also had to put into play, you know, what the other person could actually offer that would actually give them the opportunity, or the one up on me, or the one up on me is that they've worked in the same, they already have the experience, and they're just ready to go in there and get started on doing the job. Like, no kind of, you know, shadowing people, no kind of training they need, because they're able to get right in it and jump in on that. That would be like the ideal employee, right? For a job, you know, that they're seeking for somebody that they don't need to give them that much training, or any training at all, right? So yeah, I felt kind of empty, you know, inside. I left and I went home, and I did sulk a little bit. I was like, you know, just giving myself self-pity. You know, I took off this outfit. I'm telling you, I put it on just to do this video, you know, just to, you know, because I did a video prior. This is part 2 of my prior video. So I just put on this outfit for you guys. So there I am, I'm in my rest clothes. I'm laying in bed, on my phone, looking to see if there are other job, to see if I get any emails, for other job opportunities that are out there, and I'm just laying there just thinking about this job, and I'm like, I really want this job. I really want it. I even expressed how much I really need this job, and I really expressed, and I told him, I've been out since November. I was practically like almost like begging, but I was really just letting them know, hey, look, I feel like I feel like I'm a very good candidate for this position. I feel like I have what you need to, for this position. I feel like I have it. I have it all. I have the training you need. I have the knowledge and skill base that you need, and the drive and the experience. I have all that. I feel like I have all that. So I hope you can please consider me for this position. I feel like I would be a good fit for this position, right? So they said, yeah, no, I know. They're like, no, yes, I see that you are. I see that you are capable, and that you can do this job. I know. We can see that. So I left, right? After saying those words, and then like I said, I came home, started sulking a little bit, giving myself self-pity, and I laid in bed, and I was just on my phone looking at social media, and seeing if I had any kind of like notifications for other jobs, that are looking for work, they're looking for help. So I did that, and then like I want to say maybe like 4 hours later, I get the call. You guys. When I say I get the call, I got the call. I was hoping for them to call me tomorrow and give me the news, because they've interviewed, because they had to interview this one other person. So I kind of felt like, okay, they're gonna interview this one other person. If they want me, they're gonna call me tomorrow, right? And then I get the call. My phone rings. I see is the employer, and I'm like, okay, they found their candidate. They're calling to give me the bad news. They're calling me, so like, oh my gosh, how much more bad news? How much more, how many more places, or how much more do I need to do to land a job? You guys, it is hard. So I picked up the phone. I said, hi, hello. I said, hello. I was like, I was smiling, because when you smile, it also kind of reflects whenever in the tone of your voice. So you have to smile. I'm already giving you tips, whenever you answer the phone, especially when it's an employer or an important call. You want to smile and say, hi, hello. You don't want to be like, hello, because, you don't want to sound down. You want to sound like you're like in a good mood, like positive, hi, hello, how are you, and then she calls me, hi, this is so and so. I'm like, oh, hey, I'm so glad to hear you again. I'm so glad to hear your voice again, and she's like, oh, thank you, yes, good to hear your voice. We found our candidate already, and I just want to let you know that we found our candidate for the position. And I was like, oh, okay. And she says, so I need you to come in tomorrow morning, and I want you to fill out the paperwork for the position, because we are considering you for the candidate, for this position. And I also, we need, you will be receiving an email, for your background, to get your background test and the drug test. So you guys, yay! Oh my gosh, you guys, I got the job. I got the job. Yes, you guys, I got the job. Woo! It's time to celebrate, you guys. It's time to celebrate. Oh my God, I got all this string. My first time using silly string. Oh my gosh. Yes. Celebrate. Let's celebrate, you guys. Let's go celebrate. Let's celebrate. Woo, I got the job, you guys. Yes, I am so happy. Oh, guys, I hope you're happy for me as well. For those who are new to my channel, please subscribe. Thank you so much for all of those who had kept me in their thoughts. And yes, I am so happy. I gave my parents the good news. I said, Mom and Dad, your daughter has landed a job, and your daughter's gonna help you. It's your daughter's turn to help you, because y'all helped me through all these months, you know, of needing help financially. I'm gonna help you. I said, whenever I have money, I am going to give y'all money. My parents, I told my parents, my mom and dad, I'm gonna give y'all money because, you know, because of what y'all did for me. Y'all did so much for me, and y'all were there for me. And then I was so excited over the phone with my parents. They were also excited for me. They were happy. They, you know, my dad especially, I had to actually call my mom. And then whenever I told my mom, you know, he heard the screaming and the yelling, you know, the shouting, and, you know, in my voice when I was talking to my mom. I said, guess what, Mom? And she's like, what? And then my dad goes, wait, let me hear what happened, let me pass the phone to me. And then so my mom passed the phone to my dad, and before I could even tell my mom, I said, I got the job. You guys, I got the job. Yes. And so my dad was so happy for me. My mom was so happy for me. My sisters, you know, my sister was happy for me. I haven't gotten to tell my other sister, but yes, I landed the job. I am so excited and happy. So all this hard work paid off, and all this feeling of emptiness turned into a feeling of fulfillment, a fulfilling feeling for me, because I just said, how much more can I take, God? How much more can I take? You're like, oh my God, you know? And yeah. So I'm happy, guys. There is such a thing as hope, as a light at the end of the tunnel, guys. There is a such thing. So thank you guys for sharing this thank you guys for being here and sharing this celebration, these good news with you guys. So that is the end of my job hunting, but it's not the end of my videos regarding on how to dress for success, and how to videos for working, you know, in a professional setting. So yes, guys, you know, stay tuned for those videos, and I'll also be uploading videos, you know, regarding, you know, work, you know, how to for work. So stay tuned for those. Really do hope that you enjoy my content. Give my video a like, subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I upload another video. I do love you guys. I love you all. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.